I said it, and I said it, and you better say my name all the time, cause you make me. You renting. I'm renting space in that small. I'm renting space in that 2-bedroom apartment that 3-bedroom apartment of yours in your head.
Those of us that have come from the hood and we're moving to a new area and are looking for a new area to look for, what do? We look for the dunks. If y'all don't know what a dunk, a D-O-N-K, type in dunk, D-O-N-K, and then car in Google, and you'll understand. Big box Chevys with the 28-inch rims, right? Yep. We look for the cars. We look for the cars with rims in the hood.
And look for how many liquor stores on the corner. How many liquor stores are on the corner? How many liquor stores are on the corner?
Okay. We look for all of those things because we understand that our own people, especially if they are socioeconomically underprivileged, more underprivileged than us, it comes with a mindset. So let me drop this on you real quick. Let's have a laugh about it too.
When Drip has to leave the hood.
That ain't no regular Regal. It needs some methanol tea.
Yeah. I got to with y'all right quick.
Yo, hold on. Yo, what's up, my guy?
All right, so I am the president of the This the president.
This community. We just vibing. We just vibing.
Right. Stuff. I'm just letting you know and stuff. We can't be having this type of stuff going on.
Hold on. We pay rent though. This T-spot. You know we got a partner.
Where?
Piece of country wing.
If you the president, you supposed to know where to come on. Listen. Hold on. What you mean? What kind of activity, sir? Like, you walk out here with a jacket.
There's all of this type of stuff going on out here and stuff. Man, we can't have that around.
Why? Tell me. What you think going on?
I'll tell you what, man. I'm just letting you know and stuff.
What's your judgment? Because I talk, because I'm from that south. What goes in my mouth?
No.
What is it then, my guy?
No, I'm saying it's just the activity.
What activity? I got a little bad one here.
He's in the trunk and stuff like that.
Yo, because this is methanol. This is an 87 Grand National. We run out alcohol and everything. This a race car and everything. He just, that what all it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo,
right. Yo, I'm just letting you know.
Who calling you? What, you hitting licks out here or something?
No.
Yo, what do you want?
No. This is man.
You judge me, I'm gonna judge you.
But listen, ain't nothing going on. What's your name, my guy? You came out here. Yo, you can't stop the rain. Look at you
Kevin
from the
Johnson
rain.
Is my name.
Johnson.
What is your name?
Yo, you know what it is. It's Drew. Obviously, they told you about me. You feel me, my boy? Ain't nothing going on around here. We just vibing. This is a little bad one, a little duller. Yo, Christian Dior, we just vibing. Ain't nothing going on out here. Okay. Whatever they been talking about, we just chilling. We just be out here just vibing. T, yo, that's my boy T.
Okay,
yo, the neighborhood quiet. Everybody else.
Still and stuff. I'm just,
what you
just
heard?
Letting you know and stuff.
Yo,
man.
What they said? They said we doing activities.
Yeah, man. They kind of look kind of suspicious.
It could look why? Because of 87 Grand. That's all them things, them forges. A black man really can't. Come on now. This is the A. Yo, everybody get money. Everybody gets the money. Yo, you feel me? And after we get the money, we just eat. Yo, them forges and everything, but this is paper. We just vibing. We pay rent too. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nobody trafficking no hell, nothing.
Right.
We can't.
I'm just letting you know.
I know, but man, it raining on your head. Why you got this? You got a towel? This man bald headed, shining on. Hey, but anyway, what you say your name? Kenneth Johnson?
Kevin.
Well, anybody with Kevin,
you
just sound like, hey, my brother, listen, man, stick together.
All right.
You ain't see no activity. Just
share the video and click the plus for more.
Ain't nothing, my guy.
Keep it clean, okay?
I'm watching the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yo, ain't nothing dirty,
Okay.
Ain't nothing dirty now. Come on, I'm holler at you, my boy. You be good. Yo,
yes, sir, man. Y'all have a good one now.
Yo, you be good. Yo, anybody who speak like that real fast, they don't trust them. Come on, close the trunk. Let's just go get something to eat. Yo, you ready to eat? Yo, come on.
I don't feel the same damn way. What you doing? What you doing?
All right.
It's loud.
My question to Vic. I'm not going to ask you about right and wrong because I know you don't like to answer those, right? So, what do you think about what the neighbor did? the bald head guy did. I want you to tell me what you think about what he did. How do you feel about it?
The question would be, was he sent?
No.
Or was that his own idea?
The question is what I asked you, not the question that you want to change it to, bro. I'm asking you, what
I'm
did
not
you
changing
feel
the question.
about
I'm processing the information in through my own head. You just asked me the question. Now let me process it.
Yeah. The question is simple. How do you feel about what he did?
Hey, bruh.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, yo.
The question I asked myself is, was he sent or was it his idea? And either way, I find it to be fucked up. And whether he's doing someone's bidding or is it he just the kind that sees his own and assumes that something is wrong. Now, things have stereotypes. Certain cars, certain looks, certain style of dress, hoodies, so on and so forth. Everybody said, oh, you should be able to dress like you want or do, you know what I mean? I shouldn't be accused or judged just by how I look, but we judge each other all the time. That's what I was speaking to earlier when I was talking about fear, because Black people are some of the most sketchier about Black people than any other race. You know what I mean? Oh, that nigga got oh man, you know what I'm saying? Very uncomfortable around your own. And I think that the further, the less connected you are, the more likely you are to feel that way.
Okay. So in terms of what I was getting at, so basically you did say you felt that what the dude who rolled up, that he was fucked up. That right. Was because, all right, cool.
Olivia, here.
So now what I want to do is I want to channel my inner Vic, pause, right? And say if I was Vic and I had to think about what we talked about in this conversation. If you are about the community and the level of sacrifice that people must make within the community in order to keep their community strong and viable, right? And there's some people that like to run and some people that like to mind their business. And there's some people that like to be boots on the ground and make things happen. Mm-hmm. Why was it not him, the bald guy, being boots on the ground, that actually go and put himself in the fray to find out what's going on in his community? Because remember, I gave the dynamic of, if I'm looking for real estate, I see a dunk, I would prefer not to be there because I know it comes with the loud music. It comes with straight pipe and it comes with high intensity engines. And sometimes a particular subset of folks that exist within that community, that car community, by the way, all right? Because there's white folks with dunks as well. So what he's doing is being that soldier that you're saying that people should be, because he's actively going to take a look to make sure to see what's going on within his neighborhood. So the same behavior that you're stating is fucked up, to me, is the only vigilant behavior that you can have if you're going to be the one that ends up having to stay in the hood and make the hood better and do that sacrifice you were talking about. The sacrifice involves action. So it's interesting that you say it's effed up what he did, but in essence, he saw something that looked like it could be potentially either nefarious or detrimental to the property value and comfort of his neighborhood. And he was vigilant. He was a soldier within his neighborhood that stayed there. So how was that messed up?
I'll say this. Anybody know anything about being a soldier and going to war?
Do you?
First thing you do is intelligence. Reconnaissance.
Have you been to war?
I am not a combat veteran, but I have been to war.
Nah, that's all I needed. Okay.
But or war for the military. Let's say that probably got more stripes in other places. So
doesn't count.
To you. So the whole thing,
and that's what counts. And that's what counts. That is to me. Yep.
Right. So the point that I'm making is that if you're doing your recon or your due diligence, then you would have observed the people long enough to see if they're doing something that is going to be detrimental to the community or detrimental to the guidelines that have been established by the people who have created this new social construct that y'all have agreed on to keep your community safe. So I don't think that he did that. So when you approach somebody, by the time you approach somebody, you should have some facts to go with them. Otherwise, you're making assumptions, almost like the lady did with the man and the fan and the chemical smell. It's accusatory. And if you get a negative response from someone a little less reserved or there's a word basically meaning in other words, able to govern your own emotions. If someone was less stable, that could have been a situation. And then you would have said, oh, look at this, look at that. When in all honesty, if the man is not violating any policies, or creating any creating a situation to make the rest of the neighbors uncomfortable, then him just, that's what I mean when I say just being you can offend people amongst your own people, even if you lived in a middle class or upper middle class neighborhood. If the area is predominantly black, you having 28-inch rims on your car is not gonna offend me. I've seen it before. Now I may watch you to see, okay, is that do they live here? Is that the cousin? Or is these some new people coming in and they got a lot of traffic going in and out? I'm gonna do some recon before I get my pennies in a bunch. But someone else may jump out the window a little faster because they're not used to seeing that.
So he could have easily called the police. So number one, let me just say this: when we're watching the clips only give us a certain amount. We don't know how long he was watching. We don't even know if there was any smells, like he could have possibly smelled something that was, maybe they were smoking or there was something of that nature. We don't know all of those nuances. So he still did his due diligence as I guess a community leader, or what do you call it, a block captain, or whatever they call it where he was. He could have easily called the police. Easily. He went over just to talk to them and said, look, we don't want that here. And he's speaking for the community. And when I was growing up, if an elder came out, I'd be like, oh, okay, sir, this is, okay, we're going to move on. And we just move on. Number one. I don't know why they choose to just be right there in front of other people's homes. They could be living there. I think he said at the end he pays rent, but he doesn't own a home. Once again, it's this, they pay rent, but the owning a home and the equity and the value and the quality that you want in your community is a different thought process and a different behavior pattern than those people who rent. It's totally different. So I don't know how long he watched, and I don't know what else was going on. We saw the part where he walked up. Again, he walked up, just said, look, we don't want that here. They should have just moved on. Just move on. He could have called the cops. Now, I'm going to tell you what I would have done. And excuse me, Andre, I just want to say this. I would have rolled up too. Said, bros, listen, this is our neighborhood, so forth and so on. You have your trunk up, and who knows what else the guy had witnessed. we need you all to, move about, go somewhere, maybe go in front of your place, go in front of your mom's house, go in front of your house, go somewhere else, but not here. Okay. Because I've noticed that people will hang out in front of everybody else's house, but for some odd reason, they won't be hanging out in front of their own. And move on. Just move on. If in the event, then there's another technique that we have in place where I live, that we have in place to handle those types of situations when people don't want to just civilly be able to just go ahead and move on. So I would have done that first, going up to them, and then if they didn't want to move, then okay, no problem. I would have waited and then handled the situation in another way. Period.
How do you move on if you live there?
We don't know that.
He said that.
Okay, so what? He said it, and it doesn't make it true, and it doesn't make it fact.
Let's assume that is true.
I'm not going to assume anything. That's unintelligent. That's unintelligent. I don't do that.
Chef just spent a whole episode and a half giving me the business for interpolating to some degree what else could be factors in why a thing went a certain way.
Speaking for me though. So
bring me in this. So just for the record, we're trying to address the clip in a bubble.
We are addressing it.
Just the factors we know. So we're not going to assume that he's lying.
We don't know anything. We only know what we have observed due to with the minutia of information that was given in that one particular clip. Intelligent people understand that when we're watching these clips, these are clips that we come up with various scenarios, and the scenarios, like, what do you think about this? And based on what was observed and what was heard, he said he lived there. I don't know that to be fact because I didn't see his rental agreement.
Would you have asked him for his rental agreement?
Yes.
I would have too.
Then you would be Absolutely. That Karen that get cussed out on the thing, and it wouldn't matter like anything
Wait
else.
Wait a minute, hold up. First of all, wait, hold up. First of all, it's not
my bad,
Karen. And the Karen, whatever you want to call it, Karens. Those situations, you're comparing apples to oranges. Those people are dealing with a whole nother situation. That's a whole different thing and a whole different scenario. That is, I ask for now documentation beats conversation.
You would have to have authority to ask for that documentation. That's what makes it Karen. Someone without authority, pretending to have authority as if they can commandeer it just because.
But he gave the information. Will. He gave the information willingly when that wasn't the topic of conversation. So therefore, because he gave the information willingly, he gave the information. He said, "Look, I'm here. I rent here." That wasn't what the brother was talking about. The brother said, "Can you move?" The brother didn't say anything about, "Can I see your rental agreement?" That wasn't even a topic of conversation. And
he didn't ask him to move.
You just came up with that. He
didn't ask them to move.
Okay.
He didn't ask them to move.
He did.
That was the thing. He came over there without a cause. That is kind of the point.
He did. He wanted
because he didn't have a directive to say, "Hey guys, you can't park. You need to park in the lanes or move
your cars." He did not want them there. He did not want them there. He didn't want them there.
Right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gone there if he wanted them there. He would have been. It wouldn't have even been a clip. He did not want them there. That's that. But the other guy was the one that came up with. He was the one that gave up the information. So when you give up your information, as we readily do, because folk don't know how to shut their mouth. Then now a person has a reason to ask for whatever it is you said. This is the situation.
So
what, are you a renter?
Stop just a moment. Stop just a moment.
Are you a renter? Then prove it.
Hang on just a moment. Now you said that being a Karen is something different, right? You said that requires other factors.
You called me a Karen.
I said if you came and asked that man,
get your comparisons correct, because that is not what.
Can I say what I said? Do you mind? Because we can just have a civil conversation.
Absolutely. I have passionate. I don't have civil conversation.
Right.
We don't do civil over here. We don't do civil over here.
Yeah, I don't do civil. I'm from Brooklyn, baby. I'm from Brooklyn. You can't handle it. I should have
known. Okay, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with y'all now.
Your dad going right.
I need to get back ass to the side, learn some manners.
Your dad going right. Your dad going right. What? You can't handle it.
Y'all don't get y'all ass whooped enough.
Corey,
okay,
Corey, you can't handle
learning
it.
Learning all them big ass New York words.
I know that's right.
You mean like yes and
look
no?
And listen to my thick accent.
The ones you refuse to use. Yes and no.
You mean like yeah and no?
Right. And listen to my thick accent that I have as well. My thick accent.
Okay. All right. TV timeout. Let's get back to the point. Now I'm asking because you made a point to say that, because I said that hey, he said he lives here. You said you would ask him for his rental agreement. I said, if you did that, then you would become a Karen. Not you are a Karen, but you would become a Karen in that situation because you wouldn't have the authority to ask him for that. So because you didn't take his word. Now, take that same situation, right? Now, put it in a building. You're a owner of a condominium.
No, we're not going there. Deflect, and you're going to not deflect. You will not do that.
Because you said you.
No, you're not. Because you're not. No, because I'm not going to allow you to. Because you cannot, and that is not the situation.
How you know something you don't know yet,
bro? The magical.
Yeah. You're not going to do that, Vic. No, you're not going to do that to me.
What am I going to do?
No, not me. Now, you talking about going inside a building versus outside in the street. Now, that's two totally different scenarios.
I'm making the same point.
Listen, honey.
You can refute my point, but I like to say it if you don't mind. TC.
Global citizen of this United States.
In that big old HBCU college, they ain't teaching how to converse and debate without interrupting the other person.
Be able to give me scenarios that are out of order. And the scenario you're talking about inside a building where there are authority as opposed to the street is two totally different situations and different scenarios.
You want to make technicalities. No comparison. You can change the scenario to anything you would like them to change it to.
Stick to the clip. And that is all.
Okay, well,
you might have to mute yourself or whatever you got to do, but I'm going to say what I meant to say. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that if you are requesting,
if I'm in a building, then I can go to the land. I can go to the property manager.
Goddamn, can I say it?
When you're out in the street,
you tell me the scenario, and then I'll react. I'll react to what you got to say.
You don't have to react. You could just listen. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Usually, most people win when they listen.
That's what all women say.
Yes, exactly. That's why we win. See? Wow, you're a winner. Look at you.
Fuck out of here.
Look at you. Look at you. Oh, look at him. Look at the baby. Listen at him.
Andrea out there, I be asking for his rental agreement. I ain't gonna lie. I might be a Karen if you want me to, but I'll be asking for your rental agreement.
I'm saying you can't have it. You can't.
Shut your mouth. You hear what I'm saying to you? You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you.
I'm not kidding you.
I might be a Karen. I don't care. This neighborhood quiet. What you doing here? You're sitting out here with your
see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't care. Look, we
talking about. And you adopt that same attitude and impress your own people. I don't give a fuck if my oppressor look like me. That don't make me feel no better. It make me feel worse.
I'm not oppressing my people. The point is, it's a nice neighborhood, and you out here with your loud rims and your car. And what's wrong with that? I'm asking. Okay.
Hold on one second, Andrea. Let me drop something. You said that if I look like my oppressor or my oppressor looks like me, whatever you said, bro. According to you, somebody got to police the hood. We all can't leave. So somebody policing the hood looks like that, homie. Karen, Black Karen, call them motherfucking Kevin or Kareen, whatever you want to call them. That's what it looks like. Community policing. That's what it looked like. Yo, this shit don't
to you.
Hold on. No. Hold on. Listen, man. Look, son. At the end of the day, I ask you, tell me how you feel.
Right.
It's hard. Hold on. It's hard for you to do that. Right or wrong?
It's not hard. I answered you directly.
It doesn't matter. Just let me finish it. You can combat what I'm saying after. Just let me land that plane. It's hard for you to say yes or no, right or wrong, because you're like, you never know. This person might have had such and such going on 10 minutes before we seen what was on the 4 walls of the screen. They might have had something going on, so we don't know this, that, and the other, bro. All
That's
I'm
what
saying,
TC said.
Man, look, bro. All I can tell you is
That's what TC said. Hey, now it's what I said.
Hey,
wait.
I said
Chef, check it out. That's what I said. Now he's going with what I said. That's what you're supposed to do, daggone it. You better make sure you edify me and what I say.
I want
and
the day
you
off.
better make sure you give me the daggone credit. And you better make sure that you edify what I say. Huh? You better do that.
Say my name.
So you go get her, Chef.
That's right.
Get
You better do that, bro.
her.
You better make sure I said it, and I said it, and you better say my name all the time, cause you make me. You're renting.
Whoa!
I'm renting space in that small. I'm renting space in that 2-bedroom apartment that 3-bedroom apartment of yours in your head.